Automatic document research button. Suitable for casual gamers. Hints can be taken whenever they are available, and senior detective for hardcore adventure gamers. Now hints will be available. Manual document research. Should we take standard?
Men of broader intellect know that there is no sharp distinction betwixt the real and the unreal.
Betwixt?
They say that I am mad. They said that 2 locals found me in the morning, 7 miles from the town of Windlaps. I was laughing and muttering meaningless gibberish to myself. I was cursing and arguing with myself. A raving madman with burning eyes, lost in the dark depths of his own merciful delirium. They say that I had been searching for a particular grave in the local cemeteries. They were right. If you knew whose grave it was, you would understand. So my behavior, which seemed abnormal, had nothing to do with madness. You must understand that. If you knew what had happened to me, then you would, I promise, also understand the reasons for my behavior. It all started on that cold November day. That was when I was given the case of the fugitive suspect, Loath Nolder, a man whose intelligence I greatly admired. He had returned after 5 years of traveling to bizarre locations and had become the primary murder suspect in the first case he took on. It was Loath Nolder who left Wellsmouth those 5 years ago, but was he the same man who returned? That's the question. This I will leave to the judgment of the readers of these notes. They tell me that I've been here in the Wellsmouth Mental Institution for 2 weeks now. Is it really that long? I cannot say. I do not remember the first 8 days. The doctors tell me I am making progress. I think they are lying. It takes me longer every day to remember where I am, even who I am, after I wake up from the dreams. That is why it is essential to keep these notes as I struggle to convince myself that I am really mad. Because before the night that I was found, I looked into the deepest wells of madness more than any man alive. Yes, I am definitely mad. I must be. Because everything I have seen through the eyes of insanity's omnipresent soul.
Why a 1 to 2 minute wait screen when I restart the stream? Everyone is here already. Oh, I don't get it. So. I can move with WASD again. Wonderful. Or not? I know I have to. Let's move step by step. I can play with only one hand! Yes! Ugh. Oh my god. Creepy thingy. There's no handle to open this door. Are we in fucking Silent Hill again? You know, you can open doors without a handle, like push against it or so. Ooh. Yeah, it's meant to be grainy. DJ Phoenix is now hosting you again. Ah, she likes me. Emptiness. Creepy sounds. There's no handle to open this door. What is this? Strange graffiti. I don't know if it's auto-hosting. What does this mean? Who drew all of this graffiti? Oh, I can enter this door. Oh. Okay. What a beautiful room. Reminds me of somewhere. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh no! This... It's locked?
Oh, another nightmare. What's going on with these dreams I've been having lately? So vivid. Almost as if they were real.
I'd better hurry, I will be late for work. But they didn't voice everything, as you just realized. Oh, the cell phone is ringing. Right-click the mouse to toggle the inventory. My cell phone, right-click to open. Arthur.
Yes, Arthur?
At last? Where were you? I've been trying to contact you for hours.
What's the problem, Arthur?
Loath Nolder escaped from the hospital last night. I've been calling you for hours with the news.
Strange. I never heard the phone.
Check your answering machine. I left several messages.
Anyway, what happened with Loath?
No one knows. It's like he just vanished out of the place overnight.
Okay, I'm on my way in now.
Howard, are you feeling all right?
Just a little tired, Arthur. I must have overslept last night. Nothing to worry about.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
I still say thanks when she hosts me. So when she like watches this, she's like, oh, he saw that they were hosting him. To read closely Howard's mind, but in inventory panel, then click on the clue to read. Arthur told me that Loath Nolder, who is the main murder suspect of the Clarkfield case, escaped from the hospital last night. This case is very important for me because I admire his intelligence. I feel that this will be a real challenge. I can't say that his escape worries me. Okay, there are some dialogues. Ah, I can replay everything, that's nice. Yeah, achievement unlocked. That of course wasn't when I was playing this game. Didn't he say he left me some messages?
No new messages.
That's odd. Didn't Arthur say that he left messages for me? I already say that. I better call and ask him about this. Something's not... Oh, come on. Where can I disable this? View community hub, settings, profile name. Oh, fuck it. That's really good for a horror game. Achievements everywhere. Arthur.
Yes, Howard?
Arthur, it's me again. Sorry, I think I might have missed a few things earlier.
Okay, Howard. What do you want to know?
Could you explain this? Yeah. You called me? So why didn't you leave a message on my machine?
You called me? So why didn't you leave a message on my machine?
Don't have to say it.
What do you mean? I left plenty of messages. You didn't get them?
I don't know, Arthur. I think this old machine is broken. Never mind. We'll talk about it when I get to the office.
See ya.
I don't know what year this is set in. We will figure out as we go. I am my nightmares. Preface. There are times when even the holdings of the fearful Simon are not enough to affect one. And there are such times when even the withered moon that is hidden behind a cloud can affect and shatter a life, which is the darkness of a cave. Illusions of myths that are long forgotten affect and dominate the imagination unexpectedly. Thus, some people imagine primordial forests in which thousands of unknown life forms are living. Dark cities where life ended eons ago, and deserts where the highest towers of those dark cities are now no more than simple pieces of rock revealing only very tiny portions, like the tip of an iceberg. They wander in vast crypts which are full of the permanent smell of death, and in places where one can remember that beauty and splendor had once existed, proving that no beauty and splendor can exist forever. And some folk observe fascinating and dreadful details which others miss, and even if these details are sufficient to make them crazy, who can understand their meanings? But these details are carved into the minds of the ones who deliberately miss them, and in time they change into myths which in turn induce consternation. Sometimes the past that should be dead shows itself cruelly in instant hallucinations and enchanted dreams. In such situations, a person can only have peace when he forgets everything. The fundamental thing is that really time is the only friend of forgetfulness. Friendships are not eternal. Peace is a luxury which can be obtained through eternal sleep for those who do not have Nefente. Whatever Nefente is. Yeah, I'm not going to read all of these. Landline phones are still a thing. I keep my clothes and some other things in here. What? Nothing of interest, okay. Nothing. I mean, that's also the first thing I do every morning. I just wake up and check everything I have in my home. This ring was left to me by my father, and it was given to him by his father. My father says the symbol on it is a symbol of our family. It's very precious to me. My pistol I'm keeping in my bedroom, just in case. Yeah, that must be playing in America. Because most people don't have a gun in their house, just in case. And I mentioned, wouldn't you have it in your nightstand? Just to make sure. Okay, clock. Clock. My dream catcher from childhood. It's my good luck charm. It said that it protects the owner from nightmares. Nightmares are trapped in the web to be dispersed by the first sights of the morning. First rays of sunlight. Okay. Aye, nightmare, just an artificial trip. To drop into the nightmare where ceaselessly you slip. This painting always reminds me of that poem. Can I make this a little bit slower? That would be great. Noise effect on, off, always. Full screen effects on. Mouse sensitive dialogue speed. Slow. I need to read. Cursor style free and fixed. I have no idea what that means. Particles high, 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 apply. Okay. Well, to be quite honest, Sackett, you are critical of almost every game. It's a silly adventure game. I kind of like it. It has some flaws, granted, but it's not horrible bad. Quite a good thing for October. Rubaiyat, one of my favorite books of poetry. Okay. Can't enter that door. Can't use anything here. A key I can't take. Oh, guess I have to Remember for later. More keys. Another key. Looks like the key to my car. Oh, that's something. Nothing. Ah, the toilet. Oh, much better. Fellowplex. Apple taste. Carbullus. Oh, that looks familiar. I hope there's not another corpse laying in one of these rooms. This office has been mine since I was promoted to police detective.
Wellsmouth. Never much happening here. Just run-of-the-mill cases and paperwork to catch up on. That's my normal working day. But not with this case. I've got to admit, it's been good to be dealing with something a little out of the ordinary for once.
Nothing here, okay. That looks like a really uncomfortable chair. Oh gosh, everyone who opens the door can see what you have on your screen. Well, considering you most likely have a dial-up modem, that won't be much, but... Oh, what do we have here? Register of death, Clark Field, white sex male, single. Date of birth 76. Birth number. Died on 2011. So that's about the time that we have. Owner of Air W&L Company. Northwood Forest. The attendance decreased from physicians. Morris Digger. Suffocation. Okay. Homicide report. The deceased was found in the borders of the Northwood Forest, about 85 miles north of Wellsmouth Town Center. An ID was found on him, and for identification, his brother Jonathan Field was summoned. He identified the deceased and added that he had been missing for some time. He explained that he hadn't reported this to the police, since he had received a packet with a letter which told him not to do so. He said that he had hired a private detective, Loath Nolder, to find his brother, and had given the aforementioned packet to him. Oh, that's bad. How old was he? So 35, okay.
These are investigation pictures taken at Loath Nolder's office. There was nothing there when we first searched the place. I have examined the place several times since then, but couldn't find any clues. That office is the only property Nolder owns. He even sold his house to help pay for his strange travels around the world. So why didn't he sell his office as well? I think I'd better take these pictures with me. Maybe there's something here we're not seeing.
Right-click on an item. Click on the arrow to items, so zoom, rotate. Okay. Nothing here. Nothing there. Okay. 0 of 2 kittens are back. That's not a good haul. Well, let's go to his office. Ah, I can choose now where I want to go. My house. Let's go to his office. Now they were thinking, I'm driving the street down now. Loath Nolder's office. Nothing was found during the police investigation because every record had been strangely effaced. The office has a hushed, expectant air, as though it is hiding secrets and has been waiting 5 years for Loath Nolder's return.
There wasn't this much mess the last time I was here. It's been sealed for police investigation, but someone's been in here. Who was it? And why? There is nothing important here. It's almost empty.
Dun dun dun. Apparently I don't care too much for this thrown over basket. This calendar is 5 years old. This must be from just prior to his sudden decision to travel abroad. He visited from some African and Oceanian countries during his travels. The onlooker sees all. Can you stop it with these achievements? That's not really horror-y. Like, oh, you looked at something. Achievement! Oh. Earthquake hit Branxton just after 3 AM. An earthquake of magnitude 6.1 hit Branxton, a small town about 18 miles northwest of Wellsmouth, around 3 AM. At present, it is reported that 18 people were killed by the earthquake and 137 people were injured. 9 houses collapsed and many more were severely damaged. It's further reported that there are still people buried under the collapsed houses. By chance, Thomas Koch, one of the reporters of the local newspaper, was at the town center. Oh, wasn't that the guy who was found dead? He told us about the moment the quake occurred. It was a shocking moment. Every building had shaken. Then people started to scream. I could see them jumping from the balconies and windows to save their lives. I have never seen anything like that in my life. The earthquake felt strongly in the downtown of Wellsmouth too. Nobody died, but 59 people were injured in the panic caused by the quake. Most of the people spent the night out in their cars or in the parks. Officials warned people not to stay in the damaged houses and to be ready for possible aftershocks. None of the buildings in Wellsmouth collapsed, but further. Badly placed achievements are spooky. Exciting coincidence. Recently in the coal mine that belongs to the Big Mole Mining Corp in the town of Branxton, an exciting coincidence occurred. Many archaeologists consider this the most mysterious and exciting discovery in recent years. A room was found with its entrance covered with figures, reliefs and unexplained drawings. It is explained that this could possibly be a part of some prehistoric underground region of a settlement. The operation of the mine was stopped immediately until a complete investigation of the region is carried out. The first archaeologist who investigated the region, David Hudson, explained that the remains do not belong to any civilization known to date, and that they are from very ancient times. The definitive conclusions will be available only after a complete examination. For your future, buy a lottery ticket today. The line is dead. Oh. Wellsmouth, Myth and Legend of an Ancient Town. Preface. This book is about the folk myth of Wellsmouth. I vaguely remember my grandfather telling me some of them. Yeah, if somebody wants to read these. Ooh, creepy. Pretty sure it's all important and I must read them, but I won't. What the hell? There seems to be a list of some symbols. No, really? I have no idea what they are used for. Why don't you take them with you? Wait a second. There's something different about this picture. This here wasn't a jar. Someone moved this painting. This scene has been sealed by the police. Who could have gotten in here? Let's see the back of it. Whoops. Let's not. There seems to be something in it. Let's open it with my car keys. No, this won't work. Okay. It is not a bad adventure game. It's quite good. I kind of lost the plot when I played it the last time, but I also started to use a walkthrough quite heavily. This room was for storing registers. It looked like it was emptied some time ago. I need something to open this thing. Calendar. Yeah, walkthrough for the win. I mean, that's the main problem with horror adventure games. Then if you get stuck, you are getting out of the mood. You lose the immersion, and that's usually not a good thing, because horror games are really dependent on the pacing that's going on. And if you get stuck in something, then yeah, the pacing is kind of gone. Let's go back to my office. I need a knife or something. Maybe I can get it in my office. Maybe I can only get it at home. I don't know. Need to figure it out. The most quiet baby is upset about the graphics. Yeah, okay, the graphics are not top notch. This game is also quite a few years old. Files. What was it? König? No, Clark Field. Okay. Misread that name. Nothing I can use here. My cell phone. Arthur, Alan, Irvin. I only know 3 people. That's quite sad. Yeah, so a 7-year-old game, you can't really complain about the graphics. That was my toilet. Oh, there's nothing in here. Already stuck. Any messages? Nope. Maybe I have to snoop around the office a little bit. Let's go sleep. Fuck it. I don't have time to sleep right now. There's always time to sleep. Trust me, I speak from experience. Well, let's check out his office again. Maybe there was a knife in here or something, or I don't even need a knife. I need a stapler. I need something to open it with. That makes sense. Open it with the key. I need to try something else. No, it's quite possible to do it with a key. I often use keys to open stuff. Like, this is, for example, something I don't like on some adventure games. I mean, okay, I'm missing a knife. I'm fairly certain the door I can't enter in my house is the... Oh, there's something. Is the kitchen. So why can't I just go into the kitchen and get a knife? You know? It's quite annoying, but we got something now. A letter opener. We got files. All items in this game are used in this manner. Press space to skip this text. Okay. What do we have here? Brown envelope. Well, let's use the letter opener on the envelope. Or not. I think it was put here after the police investigation. Yeah, then... Alright. Examine. Are you fucking retarded? Open it. Reset. Brain. Hint. No, I don't want a hint. Try to combine it with a sharp object. Oh, I have to... Wait. That's a odd way to handle this, but okay. To research the letter you found, click on the letter in the inventory panel. Underlying specific words or sentences in a document may give Howard some clues. Press the underline button. Underline Clark on the letter by left-clicking and dragging the pen. Whoop. Click on the read sync button to make Howard read and think about the underlined passage. At the end of the letter, Clark is written. And it's written to Jonathan, his brother. There are the notes that Jonathan mentioned in his statement. Jonathan, you know that all documents are researched in this manner. There are still clues in this letter. Good luck finding them. Place ways to skip this text. Alternatively, in standard difficulty mode, you can make Howard research the visible pages and find the clues automatically. Can I? Thanks, game. I'm not sure to use a kitchen knife outside a kitchen. What are you? Retarded? You know that I like to stick to the point. I'm writing this note to you because I know that shortly something bad is going to happen to me. For about 4 months now, we haven't seen each other, and I didn't reveal my location because I knew that as long as I was looking after the company and keeping things in order, you wouldn't worry about me. I will speak plainly. I know that you don't like me and the feeling is mutual, but this is not the time for such matters. About 1 year ago, I bought a house in the old northern quarter, and I was living there during the gradually increasing time periods when we didn't speak to each other. True to my nature, mysteries of olden times always attracted me much more than anything else. And you also know that I never wanted to mention my present situation, neither to you nor to anyone else. In fact, up until 2 months ago, I've never even considered such a thing. And now, despite the inconceivable nature of the situation that I am in, I can hardly suppress my feelings of reluctance. You can call this a sort of childish jealousy, but I don't care. Right now, it is impossible to tell you what has happened. If you wonder, you can acquire a little information from my notes, which I have included in this package. And there's just one thing I want from you. Do not go there and sell it in any way you can. Do this both for you and our family's honor. And don't go to the police regarding this affair. Don't go, whatever happens. You can find the address below. We will not meet again. Take care, Clark. Address, North End Street, numbers Northwood. Well, let's ponder about this. There's an address here, but of what? Well, the house that was mentioned... Oh, that's not important, okay. There was something that stick to me. I know that shortly something bad is going to happen to me. This? Nothing particularly interesting. Then 2 months ago? Up until 2 months ago. Nothing particularly interesting. Fine. What could be? Can I draw Dickpot? No, I can't. We will not meet again. Oh, that's not really interesting. I bought a house in the old northern quarter. Interesting. Mr. Field secretly bought a house. Oh, so I need to underline this now. Here's the address of Clark Field's house. Oh. The key in the envelope must be his house key. You are a smart guy. I better go there to continue the investigation. Yes, do it. Field agent. More like fucking idiot. This is the address, but of what? Huh? I'm fucking retarded. Clark Field's note, which he wrote prior to his death, part 1 of 4. Oh my fucking god. Oh, later. I think I will only read passages that I can, underline, because it makes sense, because they're important. Everything else is maybe fluff. Maybe I will do it like I did it in BioForge, and just have like a reading session where I just read. This place welcomes one with a threatening sulk. You reach it by climbing through serpentine, shady, tunnel-like streets, where the house bulges and lean against each other, and the hostile natives peer out of the windows and doors furtively. It's a lot of hard words. Ooh. The interior looks much different than the exterior would suggest. Looks so mysterious. I think I can find something here. I'm fairly certain you can. You can find moths here. Nothing here. What was that? It is much colder here than in the other parts of the house. Also, there are a lot of moths in this house. Strange. There's wet soil on the shovel. Okay. It smells weird here. It could be some kind of incense. A strong scent. Can I save the game, by the way? That would be great. Don't want to redo all of this. Stream 1. I'm fairly certain you can't dead end in this game, but I will still use multiple save spots just to make sure. Wasn't there a... What the heck? Messy. Messy. That's the only thing you can say to this. Messy. There's a lamp still on. An electrical panel. Okay. It's locked. No! This won't work. Okay. A number of pots. They contain some substances that smell like rue and harmel. Harmel smell. I have no idea what harmel is, but sounds spooky. Let's not go into the cellar. It's a creepy place. locked. This key doesn't seem to fit. What is this on the floor? I can't look that far. Because he's an old man and he can't lean down so too far. This door is not locked. I think there's something behind it that blocks it. Okay. Maybe a corpse. Nothing here. Hello? Anybody home? Mom? There's a note written on the back of this photo that reads Jonathan and Clark Field. Mr. Field said that he and his brother did not get along. This is the only family picture here. Oh, that's cute. That looks interesting. Hell opened and engulfed some people. That looks nice. Some waves. Well, this also looks, well, nice and eerie. This door is locked. Oh, there's no reflection in the mirror. Maybe I'm a ghost or a vampire. What, it would be so awesome. Actually, I'm Strat von Zarovich. This happened to me after some 4 assholes came into my chamber and shoved an amulet up my ass. And these are the adventures that happened after it. Uh-huh. An unreadable paper. This clock stopped at 6:55 a.m. How did you know that it's a.m.? It stopped at 6:55. It's a 12-hour clock. You can't tell it if it's a.m. or p.m. Pieces of paper and furniture randomly scattered around. Pieces of papers and furniture, okay. Let's go into this door. This is a medium. Very old books. Volumes of forgotten lore. Very old books, volumes of forgotten lore. Hello? Someone else in the house with me? This note is about a manuscript. An indication of the strange interests Mr. Field had. January, February. A desk calendar on which some dates have been marked. Hello? Okay. Is anything here yet? Suddenly Freddy comes along. These notes describe the recording that Mr. Field made. So I have to do this. Oh my fucking god. In my teenage years, it was my only joy to examine and roam through places where rumors had been spread. Human lifestyle was not for me. I always searched for the ways of the inhuman. I visited old cemeteries full of dread, old, ruined buildings, and spent most of my time in these places which were suffused with the black veil of myths and rumors. One day I bought a sound recorder and started to record environmental sounds of these desolate places where I'd been spending my time alone. Fairly soon I had a large collection of recordings. Some nights when I couldn't sleep, I used to put my headphones on and listen to those sounds, which seemingly did not belong to this world. When carefully heeded, the sounds almost materialized to be touched. Genius loci could be heard. But, anyways. When my secret treasure trove was discovered by my family because Jonathan blabbed about it, all my recordings were destroyed. They forced me to go to a psychologist for 1 year. I can still remember how Jonathan used to call me ghoul around that time. Anyway, against all odds, I never abandoned this. I think I can say passion. Men never abandon the things that are bound up in their hearts, even if they are suppressed. They never forget. When I was just 22 years old, Jonathan and I became solely responsible for my father's company. I had no time whatsoever for anything else but work. I was so happy when I took over the company for my father. I will never forget that period of my life. Today I bought myself a new tape recorder. As I said earlier, I would never abandon my passion. I can now pursue my interests in a serious and major way, without the recklessness of youth. Cassette number 1, record number 1 and 2. Old and now unused moorland cemetery, Branxton. Branxton is a small old town which was established 18 miles northwest of the city centre of Walsmouth. The farms, which are situated whilst going to the north, are as old as the town itself. There are stories which have been told for a long time about a tomb in an old and now unused cemetery called Moorland Cemetery that is situated right in that old part of Branxton. It is said that some nights strange noises and indescribable disgusting smells come from within the tomb. Some people who use the rough pathway, which passes 150 meters west of the Moorland Cemetery, relate that they saw some tortuously twisted silhouettes and heard some howling, screaming and squeaking sounds that they couldn't identify. I started my recordings here at about 2:48 a.m. It was so dark and overcast that it was almost impossible to see the surroundings. It used a small flashlight, but I had to be very cautious because of rumors about some grave robbers who plunder the old graves by spreading all the bones around in a disgusting, inhuman manner. The metallic half-open door of the notorious tomb had some figures and half-relief similar to Rodin's The Gates of Hell. It was rusted and had started to crumble away. The effect of the passing years, the spacious interior smelled really awful. The cover of the stone tomb was broken, and the interior was visible through an opening. The floor of the tomb had collapsed into a wide underground hole. I heard that during a strong earthquake 4 years ago, some parts of Branxton collapsed into underground holes or caves. I think the same earthquake was the reason for the collapse of the tomb. I recorded both the interior of the tomb and the building surrounding it. Record number 3. In a cave near the Northwood Forest. The whereabouts of this cave, which is located 3 miles away from the notorious Northwood Forest, is not widely known. Let's try this. Does this ring a bell? Thanks. It is connected to some other caves that form a complex underground network. It is rumored that a lot of people have become lost inside and never returned. Some people claim that they have seen fires inside and heard some sinister sounds coming from the depths of the night. I want to scream like a girl up there. Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I'm fairly resistant to jump scares because I expect them most of the time. I mean, sure, if suddenly I'm reading this and there's a cat jumping in the screen or something like that, yes, I would startle. But, yeah. Record number 004. By the dig in my cellar. Some sounds are coming from the well in my cellar. Is this interesting? I don't know what lies beneath it or the reason for its construction. From the top of the well I used a flashlight. I hope it's a flashlight, not a flashlight. But it was too deep for me to see the bottom. The sounds coming from below make me think that there are some animals down there. I believe that it must connect to a tunnel that leads outside somewhere. Record number 5, in my bedroom. Oh, yes! Yes! Give it to me! Yes! Yeah, I fucked some whore down there and then I recorded it because I had no digital camera. I had to do it this way. For some time I have been woken up by squeaking, trembling and slight wind sounds, whose source I can't identify. Several times, hardly suppressing my fear, I roamed the house but couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. It's said that in houses this old the noises are common. I guess I just have to get used to it. Record number 6 and 7. In the well. I decided to examine the well because the workers I hired for restoration left the job half done due to some sounds they claimed to hear from within the well. The rusty ladder that I hadn't dared brave before was my only avenue. I bought a strong flashlight to inspect the interior. I decided to record some sounds down there. But I could only record some sounds in the room that the tunnel leads to. I could only record some sounds that the tunnel leads to. In the room that the tunnel leads. When I listened to the recordings later on, I noticed some defects. There were some deep noises and rumblings on every recording. I think that the dirty and choking atmosphere of the well caused my recorder to malfunction. Halo reading. Thought you didn't like Planescape. In Ivar's place. I had an opportunity to make some recordings in the warm Eaton place which Ivar and some other friends of his are using as a meeting place. Oh, that's interesting. When I told Ivar that I wanted to make some recordings, he preempted me with a strange, disturbing smile on his face, by saying that he was sure that I would succeed in making great recordings. I don't like dialogues. Reading dialogues and having to constantly make choices and stuff like that. Not to mention Planescape is just a horrible game. That's it. That building, which seemed so strangely strong whilst showing the signs of rottenness all over, made me feel very uneasy. Christopher T. Dredden, one of the 3 men in that meeting, apart from Ivar and me, told me that this place was built by an unknown witch. I couldn't be sure as to whether he was being serious due to the sardonic smile perpetually on his wise and thin, long, pale face while he spoke to me. I have no idea what I should underline here. Well, that's why we have research. Mr. Field's life changed when he took over his father's company at the age of 22. Oh, that's interesting. The notes pertain to a cassette number 1. Ah, okay. So cassette numbers 2 and 3 are not important. Mr. Field made recordings while he was at Ivar's house. This is a good clue. Is it? Okay, if you say so. I would have never underlined these words. Never! It's locked. Oh. Combination. What kind of number would a forgetful person like Mr. Field use as a password? How do you know he is a forgetful person? Ah, the others are different parts of the cassette? Okay. Oh yeah, these others are recordings, right. This showcase is empty. I wonder what strange things were displayed here. Like a huge dragon dildo. Biggest dragon dildo ever created by a human. Well, let's see what's in here. It's humid in here. This wardrobe is locked. Who locked this wardrobe? I really don't want people looking at my clothes. too ashamed of it. Oh, a key. Looks like a small key. Nothing. A rusty key. No real sign of where it could be used, so let's use it on every door. It's locked. Considering it's a rusty key, this key doesn't seem to fit. Let's try downstairs. Oh. Hello? It unlocked. So there's the well he was talking about. My ear's itching. Ah, wonderful. This must be the well which Mr. Field mentioned in his notes. Strange. When I was a child, my father told me some stories and myths about wells and caves, which can be found in some very old houses. Ooh. This rusty leather looks flimsy. An old lantern. It still seems to work. Nothing to make it on. I don't need a hint. Important event. Mention cassette number 1. Birthday? I don't think so. Meeting at Ira's place. Cassette number 1. Maybe something else. And a locked case. I would better change my point of view. Okay. Harmal is a plant that has entheogenic properties. It is used in some regions of the world as an air and mind purifier. Maybe something else. Okay. Well, I think I can do here. Messy. Let's get the fuck out of here. This is like my ass is on fire. I don't know if I need to open the bookcase, the case yet. Well, I can still give me hints, multiple ones. Let's see, did he mention... Okay, cassette number 1 and recordings. Important event. Locked case. Maybe something else.